T model. The first official FIFA World Cup ball was used in the 1930 tournament in Uruguay. It was a simple leather football made from stitched panels and reflected the design standards of the time. Balls were often handmade, and their quality could vary from one match to another. Despite its basic construction, it marked the beginning of the World Cup's long relationship with football design. Federale 102. Used during the 1934 World Cup in Italy, this ball followed the traditional leather style but introduced a more refined shape and construction. Manufacturers were paying closer attention to durability and consistency. The ball still absorbed water during wet conditions, making it heavier as matches progressed. Allen. Chosen for the 1938 World Cup in France, the Allen ball featured stronger leather and improved stitching. Football technology was still relatively simple, but small changes in manufacturing helped produce a more reliable playing experience. It represented the gradual evolution of the sport before World War II interrupted international competition. Swiss World Champion. Used in the 1954 World Cup in Switzerland, this ball introduced a major visual change. Instead of long leather strips, it used a design made from 18 stitched panels. The new construction improved shape retention and balance, helping players experience more predictable movement on the field. Topstar. The official ball of the 1958 World Cup in Sweden was handmade from waterproof leather. This was an important improvement because previous balls became much heavier when exposed to rain. The Topstar maintained its weight more effectively, contributing to faster and more consistent play. Crack. Used in the 1962 World Cup in Chile, the crack ball was selected from many international submissions. It featured a cleaner appearance and reliable construction. While still made of leather, it reflected growing efforts to standardize equipment for football's biggest tournament. Challenge 4-star. The official ball of the 1966 World Cup in England continued the trend toward better quality control. Its design was relatively traditional, but manufacturers focused heavily on consistency between individual balls. This was important as television coverage expanded and the sport reached larger audiences. Telstar. Introduced at the 1970 World Cup in Mexico, the Telstar became one of the most famous footballs ever created. Its black and white pattern was designed to be more visible on black and white television screens. Made by Adidas, it featured 32 panels and established a visual template that would influence football design for decades. Telstar Durlast. Used in the 1974 World Cup in West Germany, this ball built upon the success of the original Telstar. It retained the iconic panel arrangement while introducing a special coating that improved water resistance. The result was a more durable and predictable football. Tango Durlast. The official ball of the 1978 World Cup in Argentina introduced the famous Tango design. Although the ball still used 32 panels, clever graphics created the illusion of 12 circles across its surface. The design was so successful that variations of it remained in use for several World Cups. Tango España. Used in the 1982 World Cup in Spain, this ball represented a major technological step. It was the last World Cup ball made primarily from leather and included waterproof materials to reduce moisture absorption. The ball combined traditional craftsmanship with modern engineering. Azteca. Introduced for the 1986 World Cup in Mexico, the Azteca became the first fully synthetic World Cup football. This was a significant breakthrough because synthetic materials offered better durability, water resistance, and consistency. Its decorative patterns were inspired by Mexican culture and architecture. Etrusco Unico. Used in the 1990 World Cup in Italy, this ball featured a layer of internal black foam that improved touch and responsiveness. Its design included imagery inspired by the ancient Etruscan civilization. Players benefited from enhanced control and a softer feel. Questra. The official ball of the 1994 World Cup in the United States focused on performance and speed. Advanced synthetic materials made it softer and more responsive than previous models. The design celebrated the spirit of space exploration, reflecting a theme closely associated with technological progress. Tricolor. Used in the 1998 World Cup in France, this was the first World Cup ball to feature multiple colors instead of relying mainly on black and white. The design incorporated blue, red, and white elements inspired by the French flag. It also included advanced synthetic foam layers for improved playability. Fevernova. Introduced at the 2002 World Cup in South Korea and Japan, the Fevernova broke away from the classic Tango look that had dominated for years. Its colorful graphics gave it a modern appearance, while internal improvements enhanced flight characteristics and control. Teamgeist. Used in the 2006 World Cup in Germany, the Teamgeist reduced the number of panels dramatically. Instead of the traditional 32-panel construction, it used a much smoother bonded surface. This improved roundness and created more consistent aerodynamics during flight. Jabulani. The official ball of the 2010 World Cup in South Africa became one of the most discussed footballs in history. Its 8-panel design and textured surface were intended to improve performance. However, many players and goalkeepers felt the ball moved unpredictably in the air, leading to widespread debate throughout the tournament. Brazuca. Introduced for the 2014 World Cup in Brazil, the Brazuca was developed through extensive player testing. Its 6-panel design provided excellent stability and reliability. Many players praised it for its predictable behavior, making it one of the most positively received World Cup footballs. Telstar 18. Used in the 2018 World Cup in Russia, this ball paid tribute to the original 1970 Telstar while incorporating modern technology. It included an embedded NFC chip that allowed fans to interact with digital content using smartphones. The design blended football history with the digital age. Rihla. The official ball of the 2022 World Cup in Qatar was designed for speed and precision. Its name means "the journey" in Arabic. Advanced panel shapes and surface textures helped maintain stable flight at high speeds, matching the increasingly fast pace of the modern game. Trionda. Trionda is the official match ball for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, hosted across Canada, Mexico, and the United States. Introduced in late 2025, it features a revolutionary, highly aerodynamic 4-panel design and an embedded IMU sensor that sends referees data 500 times per second for real-time VAR tracking. Trionda combines the prefix tri for the 3 host nations and the Spanish word onda, wave. Its fluid, triangular geometry features bold red for Canada, green for Mexico, and blue for the USA. Some say the Trionda is just another Jabulani. Do you agree? Let's know in the comments which of these balls you like the most.